Wow. I can't tell you that Colby Covington is the more skilled fighter. I can't. I don't know the answer to that question. I just know since they set that octagon up in 1993, nothing has ever trumped pressure. And Colby Covington came out there with a pressure. He literally sprinted. At the start of every round, he sprinted across the cage. And we talk about this on here a lot, guys, but it is, at the end of the day, a dance, and only one person can lead at a time. And that's where footwork, people always want to talk about footwork. Well, footwork can matter, but people don't understand why. Footwork matters because it's pressure. It's a way to cut the guy off. It's a way to get into your range of attack while preventing him from being in his range of attack. People talk about cutting off the cage or cutting off the ring. No one even knows what in the hell it means. They don't specify you're cutting it off to lead the dance. You're putting your opponent somewhere he doesn't want to be. The best defense is a good offense. Colby Covington, in front of everything else, followed the rules that date back to 1993. It's not the best fighter who wins. It's whoever fights the best that wins. And he bought a pressure. And he took some huge shots. And he dealt with them. And he continued to push forward. And that's what happened there. From an entertainment aspect, he stayed on it. How many times have we seen guys in big fights? Guys, excuse me for one moment. I have to take a drink. I had the hardest gall-darn workout this morning. It was so hard. It was strength and conditioning. The weather's picking up here in Oregon. We did it outdoors, so then we had the heat coming down, which was nice. Maybe it sounded like I'm complaining. It was really nice to work out, not in the rain. But I am so thirsty right now. Okay, go back to Colby Covington. So how many times have we seen a big fight like this conclude? And the guy in the heat of the moment just wants to come clean with everybody. He just wants to explain his own brilliance. I only said these things to draw attention, and I didn't mean any of them. We've seen guys come out and do that. Josh Koscheck did that after the George St. Pierre fight. Mike Tyson did that after the Lennox Lewis fight. Just to offer you a couple of examples of guys that talked and then thought, okay, this is my final moment in the sun. Let me make sure I set the record straight here. I despise that. I don't understand that, and I can't help as a consumer but to feel duped when that happens. I still remember the day when Mike Tyson took the microphone after Lennox Lewis and said, I didn't mean any of those things. I was just trying to sell the fight. I thought as a consumer I should be refunded my money. In no other walk of life can you tell me something at a retail marketplace to get me to purchase it and then tell me all the things you told me weren't true. You cannot do that. It is illegal. It is called fraud. In the fight world, it is an accepted practice of business. I don't think that it's right. I'm well aware that Colby Covington didn't mean those things. I'm well aware that Colby Covington was just having fun. But I bought it anyway, and he stayed with the gimmick. He did not back off, even in the highness that he was experiencing, in the drunkenness and the intoxication of success, which throws so many guys off. He knew why the fans had tuned in, for better or worse, but he knew why they bought it, and he continued to deliver. From the entertainment aspect, and that's all he's doing is entertaining, he stayed with it. I appreciated it. From a fight aspect, look, he kept a pressure. He ran across that ring. He found his range. He distracted his opponent with punches and kicks and all sorts of stuff and changed elevation and blasted to his legs, and he just kept doing it. He found something that works, and he just stayed with it. It was no more complex than that, but it was very impressive. None of us knew for sure if Colby could go 5 rounds. 5-round club is very rare. Athletes will fight for a whole decade, a whole career, and never be part of that club. Some of them will never even be scheduled for it because it's reserved for main events and title fights. Some of them will never even be scheduled for it. most will never succeed in doing it. Win or lose, to go out there and go 25 minutes. He pushed through it. I'm not sure he could have been in the 30-minute club or a 35-minute club if there was such a thing. And I think that was very telling and something that his opponents have to watch. And now we've got to fight. Right? The thing we get as viewers isn't just the punches and kicks and entertainment. We get storylines, and we're attached, and we care. Well, now we've got one. It's Colby Covington versus T. Wood, and there's no way around it. And Tyron is more than happy to be the one to tell you what I just did. He's already come out on social media. He's making no qualms about it. It's me and Covington. Let's get it on. I can tell you, for me as a fan, I like that. Two guys are going to walk to the ring with a belt. One's going to leave with a belt. That's why I like the interim championship, and I know I'm alone on that. And I know there's been plenty of times where they've skinned their knee on the interim championship. But for moments like this is why we do it. Two guys walk to the ring with a belt. We get to see that in boxing. We don't get to see it in MMA. It's Hogan versus Warrior. Two guys are walking to the ring, and they both got to claim that they're the champ. We got a way to figure it out. We have a way to shut that door and figure it out, and that is what is going to happen.